Evening all. So although we've not done a live walk yet today, after yesterday's crazy windy walk around the Holmes House loop, sorry, Highfield Grange loop, that was yesterday. I've been on a bit of a walk today with the wife. We walked down to Pony Deck and then through the wood, through New Covert, up to Oral Water Park and back, stretch our legs earlier on today, and then we came back and we were playing bingo in the street. We had another street party in the close that I live, similar to that we did on VE Day. So the live stream is going to be an evening stroll tonight. It's a beautiful sky, as you can see. So we've never done an evening stroll, but James Hornby's been badgering me, asking, when am I walking today, when am I walking? Well, I'm walking now, and I'm going past your house. Gonna knock, see if you want to play out. But then once the street party, well, we had to cut it short actually. We left the street party and went indoors, only to play another series of bingo games with the family. So that was nice. I'll just give Ian a shout. James. Yeah, he's giving me a wave. We'll give a few shout outs tonight, see who's watching. Ian Yates, how we doing, my sir? Doing the Melrose Loop. Oh, we're just going to make it up as we go along tonight, I think. Just stretching the legs, that's the main thing. We've not missed a day in 33 days, so got to crack on. Make sure we get a walk in, that's the main thing. Phil Turner, how you doing, Phil? Been on a nice walk this morning. Katie Dandridge, how you doing? Good evening, Sheila. Good evening, Elaine. Good evening, Sharon. How you doing? Alison, I'm pretty sure I saw some photographs of you in the wind yesterday, which were quite funny. I'm pretty sure that was you. Elaine says, Melrose, coming up to my first house. Sheila says, what a surprise, just seen it. It is a lovely evening for a walk. It is indeed. What I think we might do is head up towards Springpool and then back down Pine View. We should get a nice shot of the sunset that way. Good evening, Brian. So again, sorry for the impromptu walk tonight, but I've had a busy day. Started with setting up for the live stream magic show that we did this morning with Mike's Magic. Huge shout out to Mike for taking his time for a bit of entertainment this morning, and I hope you enjoyed it if you watched it. If you've not, it's still there, you can tune in to the live stream from earlier on today. And it's around about 40 minutes long. Some great magic tricks, a bit of entertainment from Mike. Huge thanks to him for offering to do that for the benefit of our group, I suppose. Good evening, Juliet. Hope that steak was nice last night. Good evening, Janet. Phil Burke, regular viewer. Good night for a run actually. The weather's turned out alright. Evening James, good evening Patricia. Helen Smart is watching. Hope you caught up on your sleep last night, Helen. Okay, Phil Burke has given us a route up to Pen Road, down Pine View, cut through to Tanhouse and back to St Aidan's. Fair play, mate. That's the route we'll do. Always like a little bit of input from the viewers. Kylie Leggett is watching. Hello Kylie, I think you're a new viewer. Leslie's there, and Juliet says it was gorgeous. How was the Indian? Well, I'll tell you this much, it was good, but nothing beats a steak in my book. I'm going to have to do a little bit of a cooking programme at some point for you guys and show you how I cook my steaks. I don't know if you've ever heard of sous vide. But sous vide steak is how I cook them these days. I've got a special little present for Christmas, so that's what I've been doing ever since. Good evening to Nicola, who's watching. Gonna have to get a riddle on before the sun does go down. It's a beautiful pink sky tonight over in that direction. Just going to cross it over to avoid the walkers coming down. Evening Sam. James Hornby's had steak today. Looks like everybody's had steak this weekend apart from me. Luckily I've got 2 ribeyes in the fridge ready for tomorrow. Phil Burke getting beef ribs on the barbecue tomorrow. Now that sounds like a plan. I don't know if you've seen my new barbecue, Phil. We got it for our birthdays in April, and basically it's a dual fuel plus a smoker. So you got gas on the left grill. You got coal on the middle grill and a smoker on the right hand side. We smoked a gammon for the first thing. The next one's going to be a big joint of beef. Going to give that a whirl. There's a barbecue here actually if anybody wants one. Liz and Melody watching you in bed. Wanted to see if you go past Grandma's on Sycamore Drive. My grandparents lived on Sycamore Drive. I'm surprised so many have actually tuned in. It's Sunday evening, surely there's better stuff on TV right now rather than listening to me Look at that beautiful sunset. Evening Kerry, evening Paul. Sheila says she didn't have a steak, she had a chicken Kiev. We had a chicken Kiev a couple of nights ago, special from Sainsbury's. Taste the difference, as always. I don't know if you can see, but there's a crescent moon out tonight, just on the horizon over there. I'll try and zoom in so we can see it. Just try and get it above those trees. No, we're losing it. We're losing it. Struggle seeing it, but there's a crescent moon looking over to the west. Sorry, the west tonight. So in the next couple of hours, if you look that way, you should be able to see it. But it's nice at this time of night. There's not many people out. There's not much traffic on the roads. There's a lot of noise coming from behind that wall. Pheasants making a lot of noise. So here we are, apparently, potentially the most friendliest street in Great Britain. Pemberton Road, they've got a petition going, looking for votes. Judging by the celebrations on VE Day and the amount of bunting that was up and down the street, they certainly all get on, which is nice to see. But yeah, if you do see that petition knocking around, feel free to give them a vote. Can you hear that? It's like a squeaking sound. So we're just coming up to Springpool on our right there, next to the meteorite, as James would tell us. And according to my uncle, at one point had the poshest bus stop in all of Wigan at one point. And there used to be a Christmas tree on the opposite side every Christmas, put there by the council. So if you lived there, you were super posh. So we've got a couple of walkers coming down, so we're just going to cross over again. Okay, pop quiz people, get your answers typed into the comments below. First one scores a point. What is the capital, and don't Google it, what is the capital of Australia? Get your answers in. Evening. You okay? It's a lovely night, isn't it? A bit of an evening stroll. Oh, absolutely, we'll try, yeah. Catch you later, man. Okay, first person to answer that was Ian Yates. Congratulations, Ian. Okay, next question. What is the capital of New Zealand? The answer was Canberra. For Australia, James. Let me down on that one. Capital of New Zealand. Ian Yates again. Speed demon on the keyboard. Wellington. Okay, no Googling. The answer is Wellington, people. Next question. Are you ready? First person to answer gets it right. What is the capital of Switzerland? Oh, Daniel Bailey got in there first. Lucky Ian. Bern, that's right, yeah. You guys do know your geography. I'm impressed. Okay. Try a different theme going on here. How many countries are there in the entire world? How many countries are in the world as it stands today? Need a number off you. Don't Google it. Don't be tempted. Alright, that's a good guess. We're looking for the ones that are recognised by the United Nations. So, how many countries? 202 is a great guess. I've got a feeling few people are Googling here. Phil, you're a little bit off there, mate, with 138. Try again. Ian Yates 196. Ian's on Google, I can tell. I can tell with the speed and the accuracy. 196. It does vary on a yearly basis though. 193, 194, 195, 196. There's that many nations who are in dispute with each other. Okay, languages. How many languages are there in the world? And for those who don't know where we are, we're travelling down Pine View looking towards Winter Hill. One of the best views in Wigan. From up the top there. How many languages are currently recorded at this present time? Languages, people. How many languages? Ooh, I can tell Ian Yates is trying to throw me now because that guess, right, at 375 is way off, and I think he knows it is. Because he's Googled it and he'll feel, ooh, well, I'll try and make sure he knows I'm not Googling. Rachel Bailey, bang on there, 6,000, that's the nearest estimate, is 6,000. Well done. Okay, what's the most popular drink on the planet. One specific drink is the most popular on the planet. Phil Burke says there's about 40 in Winstanley. Daniel Bailey's in there again with tea, correct? Tea is the most populous drink, even more than water. Ian Yates there with tea again, belt him. The answer's tea. Daniel got that one. Okay. I'm thinking on my feet here, people. I've just done a quiz, so I'm picking some of the questions for you. Paula Wilson says, Chris, I've been telling my husband about you and your walks, so he went out to say hi outside our house on Pemberton Road. Fair play. It's amazing what you have done for the community. That's very kind of you. So that's the gentleman I was waving to. I couldn't see his face. I assume that he knew me, but I couldn't tell who it was, and I clearly didn't know him. So, big shout out to you. Thanks for giving us a wave and saying hello. And if you do see me on your travels or walking past your house, give us a knock on the window, or even hang out the window and say hello. So that's always nice to see. Phil Burke says you are only asking tea drinkers. Okay, next question. To the nearest 100, what was the population of Winstanley in 1900? To the nearest 100, what was the population of Winstanley in 1900? Okay, Jonathan Martin's put 100 in, Daniel Bailey's put 900 in, Becky Stober 600, 600, 800, Juliet 400, Kim 600, Ian Yates 1200, Patricia Pete 130, 750, Phil Burke 376, 150. Well, Phil Turner 1000, Rachel Bailey 800. Okay, the guesses have stopped now. Okay, to the nearest 100 would have been 500, and that's according to some data that I found on the local count online. As always, that's not necessarily factual, but that's what I've read. That's what I've seen. It was more like 530 in 1900. So to the nearest 100 would have been 500. Okay. To the nearest 1,000, what is the population of Wigan Borough right now, 2020, to the nearest 1,000. How many people live in Wigan? I think Ian Yates might have done this question earlier on today, because that's more or less bang on, I think. That's not fair, Ian. That's not fair. Okay. Right, next question, because that's null and void now. But if you're in the 300,000 mark, then you're more or less there. So I'll give anybody who got 300,000 plus, around about 300,000, I'll give you a mark. Okay. To the nearest kilometre, this will get a few of you. To the nearest kilometre, No, we'll go to the nearest 10 kilometres. To the nearest 10 kilometres, how many kilometres have I walked on Winstanley Walks since the 21st of April? Okay, Juliet says 120. Jonathan says 60. Daniel Bailey 125. Ian Yates 120. 140. 80. 180. 76. Okay, all your answers in. Matt says, can we use miles? No, we're on old school. 200, James says. Okay, again, to the best of my knowledge, because I do tot it up on a regular basis, we are approaching 140. So if you've got 130 to 140, or around about there, give yourself a little point. The crescent moon is it's getting a little bit brighter over in the sky. Let's see if we can see it. So just towards that chimney, you can just see the crescent moon coming out. You see it? Just in the middle there. Okay, so 33 times 5. Okay. Bear in mind our shortest one was around about 1.7 fill, and we've done a couple of 2.5s and 3.5s. The longest was Max's map, which was 7.4. Max's map number 2 was the longest. Okay, I'll pinch one here. This is one from Brian Fairclough from yesterday. So, I walk into a room with 34 people in it, and then all of a sudden a gunman comes in and guns down 30 people. How many people are left in the room? Put your answers in. I go into a room with 34 people. All of a sudden a gunman walks in and guns down 30 people. How many people are left? Okay, a couple of answers coming in. 35, 36, 4, 5, 5. Hannah says 36, Ian Yates says 36, Phil Burke says 35. 5. Patricia Pete, you can't come in and put a second answer in. Okay, I think all the answers are in now. Emma Davis says 5. Okay, so the answer is 36. There's 34 people at the start. You walk in, that's 35. Gunman makes it 36. He guns down 30 of them, but they're all still in the room, so there's still 36 people. There you go. Ooh, it's getting dark now. Lovely blue sky tonight. I don't know how my night vision's working, James, but what do you think? Is it alright? Is it a bit grainy? Okay, this one will get you. Right, listen carefully. Put your answers in. So, don't worry, it's not a sound effect, that was a dog. So, get your answers in. Are you ready? Listen carefully. A brick weighs £7 and half a brick. How heavy is a brick and a half? I'll say it again one more time. A brick weighs £7 and half a brick. How heavy is a brick and a half? Ooh, I can feel all the cogs in your brains ticking away there. What do you think? Nobody's put an answer in yet, that's really funny. I think you're all waiting for each other. Okay, we've got some answers. 10.5, 10.5, 11, 14, 14. 10.5, 10.5, 14 pounds, 7 pounds. Okay, we have an answer, and it's the quizmaster of tonight. The championship goes to Mr. Ian Yates for his correct answer of £21. So a brick weighs £7 and half a brick. So if you've got half a brick and then the other's £7, then that makes one brick, £14. And the question was, how heavy is a brick and a half? 14 plus another half, which is 7, adds up to 21. And although he was Googling all the way through the quiz, Ian, I think you've won it tonight, pal. Congratulations. Well done. And if you want me to read that one out to you again, just to clarify, if a brick weighs £7 and half a brick, how heavy is a brick and a half? And the answer's 21. Okay, so we've just finished Phil Burke's route that he gave to us, a third of the way around the walk anyway, but cheers Phil for that, which was up Pemberton Road, past Springpool, left onto Pineview, down and across Tanhouse and over to St Aidan's. So there we go. So we'll finish up there with a nice night view of the Co-op, and we will see you again tomorrow for another walk. Bye for now.